I've always been fascinated with talent and how talent develops, how some people seem to be born with it while others discover it later. But one thing is certain, everyone has a unique ability. I want to explore the secrets of extraordinary talent, whether they were born with a gift or developed their skills through years of dedication. I want their stories to inspire you to discover the hidden talents within yourself. I had the incredible honor of speaking with one of the most extraordinary pianists of our time, Evgeny Kissin. He is what I would call superhuman. So what does it take to be one of the greatest pianists in history? From the moment he first amazed the world as a child prodigy, it was clear. Evgeny Kissin was extraordinary. His fingers move so fast it's like they're flying, but every note he plays is filled with deep emotion, poetic depth and soul. Some call him a genius, some say his talent is beyond human, but one thing is certain. When Evgeny Kissin plays, the world listens. In this exclusive interview, we discover the mind of a musical genius. So you started to play piano at 2 years old. When did you realize that you had an exceptional talent for playing the piano?
I guess when I was a child, because people around me were talking about that.
Yeah.
Maybe not a lot, but still. I don't remember exactly because I did not really care.
Oh yeah, and it was so normal for you.
Exactly. What I cared about was playing piano.
Yeah. That was your passion and that was your focus.
Exactly.
And do you remember playing the piano at 2 years old?
No, I do not remember myself that young, but at 3.5 years.
That was also your first musical memory?
Yes. My first 2 recollections are from when I was 3.5 years old.
Yeah.
And one of them was a musical one.
Yeah.
Of myself playing piano and singing, also improvising my own music.
Oh.
And my father recording me.
Oh, really?
Yes, with a very old, big tape recorder.
Oh.
And I remember the palm-sized ivory color microphone hanging on the music stand in front of me.
Do you know when the time was that you decided to play piano?
I never decided to.
It came
was
naturally.
my natural urge from, as you said yourself, when I was 2 years old.
Whoa.
Before I can remember myself.
Whoa. So you were born to play piano?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I started as soon as I grew tall enough to reach the keyboard of the piano while standing on the floor.
Oh, whoa.
Like this.
Oh, whoa.
Before that, I had been singing by ear all the time.
Yeah.
From since I was 11 months old.
Yeah.
And then, again, as soon as I grew up tall enough to reach the keyboard, I started playing piano.
Okay, well, so you are a natural talent, and have you faced any challenges because of that? Did you feel a lot of pressure when you were younger, or?
No, not at all. I felt no pressure whatsoever when I was young. Both my parents and my piano teacher were wise enough to bring me up in the right way so that I would not be subject to any pressure.
Okay, yeah.
From anybody.
Yeah.
And when I started playing in public, I used to give only a few concerts per year, per season.
Okay, yeah. And you became famous since a very young age. How did your parents and teacher guide and support you during that time?
My teacher just kept teaching me. Before I became famous, my mother used to help me when I was practicing at home.
Yeah, at that time you were so young and you were getting all that fame. Did you realize that you were so famous and that it was something very special?
There was no way for them not to tell me. Of course, I knew when I was on TV.
Yeah.
After I made my debut, which made me famous, I played then both Chopin concertos in one evening at the Great Hall of the Moscow Conservatoire with the Moscow Philharmonic Orchestra under Dmitry Kitayenko. It was at the end of March, during the school spring holidays. So on the day after that concert, I was taken by my mother, my piano teacher, and there were a few other people to a small town outside Moscow for the rest of the holidays.
Oh.
And only many years later did, I don't remember who, my now late piano teacher or my mother explained to me that they had done that in order for me not to see all that fuss after my debut.
Yeah. And only many years later you realized that they told
They
you that
told
story.
me, yes.
And what was your reaction when you look back?
I mean, I never cared about fame.
Yeah.
So I doubt that had I stayed in Moscow, it would have made any real difference for me. But nevertheless, I believe that that was the right thing to do in principle.
Is your practice routine very different from your early days till now?
In the beginning, everything was easy for me.
Yeah.
But then I realized that in order to play well, I had to practice a lot. So yes, of course, now it's completely different from when I was a child.
Yeah. How do you balance between practicing and performing and your personal time? How do you combine it? Is it difficult sometimes or challenging, or you have found your way in it?
I usually go on tour for several weeks, and then I have a few weeks off, during which I stay home and practice.
Yeah.
That's how it is for me. So in the end, the number of the concerts I give per year or per season comes to about 50.
Oh, whoa. And do you have any other hobbies besides music?
I compose music. I also compose poetry and prose.
Yeah.
I've already had 2 books of my poetry, prose translations and diaries published. And the 3rd one will be published soon.
Oh.
I write in Yiddish.
Yeah.
Actually, one of my short stories was translated into Dutch maybe a year ago or so and published in a Jewish magazine here.
Oh, really?
I don't remember its name, unfortunately.
And what inspires you to do those things? Do you have inspiration?
First of all, my love for the Yiddish language.
Yeah.
And also certain literary ideas, plots come into my head from time to time.
Yeah.
So when I have spare time, I work on them.
Yeah. When you look back at your career, is there a performance or moment that is very memorable for you?
There were, of course, quite a few such performances, apart from my debut with the 2 Chopin concerti, which I mentioned a few minutes ago. Of course, the concerts I played with Herbert von Karajan belong to those, as well as my solo recital in Bologna, Italy, in the spring of 1994, when the audience would not let me go, and I had to play 13 encores.
Oh, whoa.
I had only prepared 4 of them.
Yeah.
So the rest I had to play just from memory.
Okay.
And the audience would not let me go until midnight, when firemen came on the stage and said to the audience, "This is a municipal building and we have to close now."
Oh, really?
That was, of course, extremely exciting, mind-blowing, and therefore memorable.
Yeah. And were you tired afterwards?
I guess so, although I don't remember now. At that time, I was still young, so I was not getting as tired after my concerts as I do now.
Oh.
And also, once in 1997, I gave a solo recital at the Proms Festival in London at the Royal Albert Hall.
Yeah.
That was very memorable.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was the first and, as far as I know, only piano recital in the history of that festival.
Oh.
And the first piano recital in the Royal Albert Hall since Paderewski gave one about 60 years before that, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah.
That was a very memorable occasion. Every concert I play is an event.
Yeah, of course, yeah. You are a true inspiration for a lot of young pianists. There's a new generation emerging from young pianists like Alexandra Dovkan, who is 16 years old and very talented. What advice would you give to her and other young pianists?
Each person needs a different advice, if at all. So in order to give an advice to a young pianist, I would simply need to listen to him or her playing. A few days ago, two young pianists from Slovenia visited me at home and played for me. So I listened to their playing and gave them some advice.
So do you do some sort of teaching?
Occasionally people visit me and play for me.
And what do you think of piano competitions? Because you never did that.
No.
And you never needed that.
Exactly.
But would you recommend it to young pianists?
I would not say that I would recommend it in general. Some people probably need it, some do not. Again, every person has his or her own life, his or her own circumstances.
Yeah, exactly. Who inspired you the most during your career? Or what inspired you the most?
Music.
Music.
Very simply.
Yeah. And what are your favorite composers?
My tastes are very broad.
Yeah.
But Chopin is the composer whose music is the closest to my heart.
Yeah. Like you have an amazing ambidexterity with your hands. Like you do amazing things with both hands, and normal people can't imagine doing those things. But do you think someone can improve their coordination or dexterity with their hands? Is there a way, or is there something you can practice that? Or
absolutely, one needs to practice in order to improve it and to achieve it.
Yeah.
Of course, not all pianists are able to achieve it. We know the examples of, say, Arthur Schnabel or Rudolf Serkin, who were great musicians, but not really great pianists. No matter how much they practiced, they were not able to achieve dexterity, because that was the way their hands were.
Yeah. And what is your practice routine like on a daily basis?
I don't have a routine.
Yeah, you don't have a routine.
I just do what I need to do. I never play scales or any special exercises.
Yeah.
I just work on the pieces I'm preparing for my concerts. That's all.
And what do you think of Amsterdam? Have you visited any museums?
Yes, of course. Although it has been quite a long time since I visited museums here last.
Yeah.
But I fell in love with Amsterdam since my very first visit here back in 1988.
Yeah.
It immediately became one of my most favorite cities in the world.
Yeah.
I like going to museums because I love art. But when I visit different cities, I like, when I have spare time, of course, walking around them, perhaps even more than going to museum. Architecture is also art.
Yeah.
So when I walk around most European cities, I enjoy their architecture.
Yeah.
Amsterdam is certainly one of such cities.
Yeah, yeah.
And I also love absorbing the atmosphere of those cities.
Do you have any advice for people who are in the process of discovering their talents?
Again, in order to give an advice, one needs to know a person. Every person needs a different advice, if at all, again.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is just do what you love, like you did. I mean, it's your passion, of course, and then
Yes,
everything
of course.
followed afterwards.
Unless, of course, a person has some bad or even criminal instincts and desires.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
In that case, of course, one should not do what one loves.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
And I will see you on Tuesday
Good.
in this beautiful building.
Good.
Thank you so
Pleasure.
much.